Hello, Steve Kendall, Security Pacific Real Estate, Richmond, California. Today I want to share an article I wrote a little while back. It's called The Slow Death of a Beautiful Art Form. When was the last time you received a handwritten card or letter? Better yet, when was the last time you sent one? If you're like most people, it's been quite a while. I mean, who has the time to sit down and handwrite a letter? Why bother, you're probably thinking. With the availability of texts and emails, why would anyone take the time to write a handwritten note? Well, I'm one of the minority that still takes the time to do handwritten notes. I feel it's a very important mode of communication that can say so much more than a hastily sent text or email. Since when is quick and efficient more important than time-consuming, and meaningful when it comes to opening up and sharing with others? A love letter, a note of condolence, or a sincere thank you needs to be on paper and written by hand to be worth anything, in my opinion. I didn't realize the true impact of a handwritten note until I was away in the service many years ago. Every day at a specific time, there would be a mail call where personal mail was handed out to the eagerly awaiting recipients. Getting mail inspired the envy of everyone sitting there, and I would feel as though I had just won a very special prize when it was handed to me. Personal mail was my only connection to the people I cared about in the outside world, and it was a special treasure to me. I have a box in my closet that's filled with handwritten notes that I had sent to my mom and dad while I was in the service. My mom was smart enough to save them all. She gave them to me a number of years ago, and they are a treasured prize to me. My handwriting was so different back in those days. Plus, my concerns were somewhat amusing compared to what they are today. It's so much fun reading these letters and remembering what was going on in my life at the time. It's funny. I don't find myself saving texts or emails, just handwritten notes. Many schools no longer teach cursive writing, and I think that's a mistake. However, I have heard that some schools are bringing cursive writing back to the classrooms. Children grow up learning how to use an iPad or a cell phone to communicate by text or email. Something beautiful is disappearing. I can recognize who a letter is from just by looking at the writing on the envelope. Handwriting is a part of our identity, and yet we have little need for it in the digital age. That makes the handwritten note all the more special and personal. I'd like to encourage you to take the time to write a personal letter or note and send it to someone you really care about. There are many benefits from doing this. Number one, handwritten notes mean more because they cost more. They take time to write. There's no autocorrect or undo. You have to purchase nice paper and in an envelope, and you've got to buy a stamp. You have to think about what you want to say. All of this indicates that the recipient is worth all the extra effort. Two, studies have shown that those who express gratitude also benefit by experiencing better health, sleep, less anxiety, and more life satisfaction. Three, handwritten notes have permanence. I can guess you've probably got a box of old handwritten notes from someone important in your life. We don't print emails and display them on our desks or refrigerators like we do with handwritten notes and cards from our friends. Four, handwriting provides means to practice eye-hand coordination and fine motor skills. Some experts have suggested that there's a link between handwriting and learning ability. And finally, five, handwritten notes are personal. No one writes like you and no one thinks like you. It's a form of vulnerability. You're revealing a part of yourself to the recipient. I think handwritten notes are a very valuable avenue of communication that seems to be slowly disappearing. I plan on writing at least one handwritten note every week. Would you be willing to give that a try? It'll be well worth the time as it takes, and you'll get just as much out of it as the recipient will. Let me know how it goes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.